to posting on this channel. I'm sorry, I'm really awkward. Okay, so I actually filmed this before, but I was an idiot and I accidentally deleted the file. So here I am filming it again, but I actually have plans, so I'm going to do this kind of fast, so I do apologize. But I promise my other video was very like aesthetically pleasing. I actually filmed a lot of stuff of like me showing you guys the books in front of the Christmas tree, but like I don't got time for that, and I'm a hot mess of a person anyways, and I literally have gotten no sleep today, hence the energy drink. Oh, also, I do apologize for not posting since September. I feel like life had gotten really crazy, but also I feel like my anxiety kind of stops me from doing YouTube, because part of me is kind of like, why are you even doing YouTube when you can barely speak well at all? But I thought that I would come back and I would post my first video, which would be my TBR, because I absolutely love Christmas and winter and anything to do with the holidays or anything to do with winter. So I went a little crazy and I got a little bit too many books to read this month. Okay, listen, I don't think I'll get through all these books. I mostly just read 2 or 3 books a month. I don't know what in my head thinks that I can read all these books, but this is my December TBR, to be read. My December to be read. Okay, so the first book I have is The Afterlife of Holly Chase by Cynthia Hand. And I was an idiot because when I first saw this book, I was like, oh, it's written by Holly Black. Fairies. It has to do with fairies. Listen, no, the girl, it's in the title. The title is Holly Chase. It's not the Arthur. But this is actually The Afterlife of Holly Chase by Cynthia Hand. And this is a kind of, not retelling, but like, I guess like inspired by the Christmas Carol, because Holly is not a good person. She's visited by 3 ghosts, but unlike Scrooge, she does not change her ways in any way, and she ends up dying, and then she becomes a ghost, and she has to work for this organization called the Scrooge Organization, in which they choose a new Scrooge, which is someone who's like not nice or not going down the right path, and they have to get them to change how they are, I guess, if that makes sense. And she becomes the ghost of Christmas past. But then one day she realizes that the new candidate for the new Scrooge is someone around her age, is someone that reminds her a lot about her old self. And she does the one thing you're not supposed to do. She meets him, which I'm like, why are you so stupid? I don't know. I actually really like The Christmas Carol. It's one of my favorite movies. I always watch it every year. So I'm kind of wondering on how much they add into this book, if any. I mean, it's inspired by it, so there should be some in it. Also, I'm wondering how they're going to do the character development of Holly, because I'm assuming she's going to be really nasty to hopefully a better person towards the end of the book. We can only hope. Ooh, Blame It on the Mistletoe by Beth Garrod. I'm going to say right now the cover is extremely cute. It's about a girl named Elle who's a social media star, and she ends up switching a house with Holly, and Holly has just had a like disastrous situation with her ex, and so they switch places, but things get complicated when Elle meets the charming British boy across the street, and Holly comes face to face with Elle's twin brother. Okay, I can't be the only one that thinks that this may or may not be inspired, copied, I don't know what, of this movie called The Holiday that looks, I'm putting it on the screen somewhere, that has like Jack Black in it, and then Cameron Diaz, I think Jude Law, and I don't remember who else, because I haven't seen this in forever. And so I'm like, it kind of sounds similar, so I don't know if it is inspired by any ways from this movie, so I guess I'll just have to read and see, because if it is, I'm kind of being like, isn't that copyrighted? Okay, so we have New Year's Kiss by Leigh Matthews. Now, this is about a girl who is staying in her grandmother's Evergreen Lodge in Vermont, and she's not happy about it because her grandmother is very strict and her sister's very opinionated. So in order for her to kind of like break free and do things that she wants to do, she decides to create this kind of like New Year's Eve bucket list, and with the help of a stranger, Christopher, she's able to kind of do it. I don't know how I feel about this book. I feel like part of me kind of feels like it's going to be cute, but another part of me feels like it's probably going to make me feel really homesick, because I am from Vermont, where this is placed, and obviously I do not live there anymore. That's where I grew up, and I'm really homesick sometimes because I miss it. So I'm hoping that this will kind of give me some cute romance, but not make me too homesick. Oh, okay. Friday, which is book one, The First Day of Christmas by Ed Burbarker, Marcos Martin, and Munsta Vincent. I apologize if I said any of those names wrong, but this is a graphic novel. As you can tell, it's a graphic novel, but it's about this girl named Friday, and her best friend solve crimes, I guess, and solve the weird things that happened in their town when they were in high school. Now coming back from college, she kind of expected things to be different, but they're not. Right away, she gets thrown into another case in which something weird is happening in her town. I feel like it's going to be spooky. Also kind of reminds me of that show Gravity Falls, where kind of like weird things are always happening. I kind of get that feeling. Holiday Switch by Tiff Marcos. No, Marcelo. I think it's Marcelo. I hope so. But anyways, this is about a girl who works at a famous inn in which there was a famous holiday movie filmed there. And the owner of the inn decides to hire her nephew. And this girl and I guess the nephew do not get along at all until their phones get swapped, which is why it's called the Holiday Switch, because they switch phones. I feel like this is going to be a really cute romance. I don't really know. The cover looks cute. That's the whole reason why I got it, to be honest with you. Oh, this one's really cute. My True Love Gave to Me 12 Holiday Stories. Now, this is really interesting. I saw this last year and I wanted to get it, but I felt like it was too late in the season to actually read it. And this is actually 12 different stories written by 12 different I almost said artists, but no, authors. Now, I'm really excited to read this, mostly because there's 12 different short stories, so I feel like there's probably going to be something here that I'm going to like. Plus, the cover is super cute, and I don't know, I love everything to do with it. It's just super cute. Dash and Lily's Books of Dares by Rachel Conan and David Levithan. Now, this was actually, if you can't tell, was a Netflix show last year, and I watched it, absolutely loved it. I love the character Lily, and I love the romance, and it was super cute. So I mainly went out and I bought the book, and I really wanted I don't know if you can see, I really wanted like the original copy, but they didn't have it, so I kind of had to suck it up and get this, which is fine, I guess. So if you haven't seen the TV show, let me explain the book. This is about a girl who leaves a red notebook in her favorite bookstore, and this guy picks it up, and they end up having this kind of relationship where they write in the red book and they leave dares for each other all over New York City. The TV show was extremely cute, so I'm having high hopes for this book, although I don't know, sometimes the books are better than the TV show. So I don't know, I have high hopes, but I really, really love this show. I'm probably gonna watch it sometime this month. The Holiday Swap by Maggie Knox. Now, this kind of reminds me of The Princess Switch or like Parent Trap. This is about two twins who decide to switch places when one of the twins, who is a chef on a reality TV show, accidentally hits her head and loses her sense of taste and smell. And she switches places with her other twin, who is living in their home state, and this twin is having her own issues. So they both decide to switch places, I guess, and act like each other, and I guess chaos ensues. I feel like this is going to be, once again, like The Princess Switch or like The Parent Trap. Okay, so the next book I have is The Matzo Ball, and I do apologize if I said that wrong. I did look it up, but sometimes I have a really hard time pronouncing words, so I'm really sorry if I pronounced that wrong. Now, this book is about a girl named Rachel, who is a good Jewish girl. She is the daughter of a rabbi, but she has like a big secret, and that is that she loves Christmas, like really loves it, like to the point where she actually writes romance novels, and she's really good at it because she's like one of the best Christmas romance novelists out there, which I guess makes things complicated since she is Jewish. But anyways, when her publishing company wants her to write a Hanukkah novel, she kind of runs clear of kind of what she needs to do because she has no inspiration. But then she sees an ad for the Matzo Ball, and she decides that if she gets a ticket to go, then maybe she can get some inspiration. But unfortunately, it's all sold out. But that is until she realizes that it's being run by a guy that she went to camp with that is her first love / arch enemy, Jacob Greenberg. And so she has to work with Jacob Greenberg in order to get a ticket. This is definitely going to be enemies to lovers. I feel like I'm excited to read it because I want more non-Christmas books to read, if that makes sense. Because I feel like there's a lot of Christmas books out there during the winter months and not a lot of like other religion books out there. I don't know. I'm excited to read it. I'm not Jewish, so I may be a little bit lost, but I am going to this book with an open mind and an open heart. So I'm excited. So the next book I have is 12 Days of Christmas by Jenny Bayless. Now, I'm actually going to be reading this book with one of my best friends. And it's really funny because we're kind of going through all the books that we could choose. And we chose this one because my best friend was like, hey, this kind of reminds me of you. And I was like, is this a compliment? Probably not. Probably not. But anyways, this is a girl named Kate who lives in a very, very small town. And she is very much single like myself. But Kate decides to sign up for a online dating site in which they promise to find love before the holidays, which is 23 days away. And so she has to go on 12 dates with 12 different men because that doesn't sound exhausting at all. Yet with each new date, things become more disastrous and the whole town's keeping tabs on her because her town's really small. But Kate must remind herself that sometimes love, like mistletoe, shows up where it's least expected. And maybe, just maybe, it's been right there within her reach all along. I feel like this is going to be like a friend to lover kind of story, but we'll see. I'm getting that kind of feeling from the book, but I'll let you guys know what I think. I'm going to be reading it with one of my closest friends, and I'm excited to read it because the cover looks super cute, and I think I've heard some good things about this book, I think. So this is the last book that I'm going to be talking about. This is Christmas by Tracy Andreen. This book is about a girl named Finley. She is from a town called Christmas, Oklahoma, which you would think would be like a Hallmark town, but it's not at all. It's kind of like that meme in which you're like, this is what you ordered versus this is what you got, because it's nothing special. But Finley, who's going to like a really, I guess, nice boarding school, she decides to kind of put photos up on her town's website and kind of pretend that her town's a lot cooler than what it is. And it kind of backfires on her because when she goes home for the holiday, this guy who she went to school with comes to her town expecting this crazy winter like Hallmark like movie thing town, I guess. And that's not what he gets. So he kind of threatens her and blackmails her and tells her that she needs to give him and his aunt like the Christmas experience that was on the website, which I'm assuming this is going to be enemies to lover kind of theme book. Okay, so that's the end of it. Will I read all these books? Probably not. Will I try? Most likely. Will I post again? Maybe. But anyways, I just want to say thank you guys for watching this video if you got this far. Please write down below what book you're excited to read this month or what books you're going to read. Also, what's your favorite Christmas movie? Mine is definitely The Santa Claus with Tim Allen, but also there's so many. So it's hard to choose, to be honest with you. Probably any Hallmark movie too, because those are the trash I love to consume. But thank you for watching. I'm going to end this. I'm going to end it because I'm blabbering on too long. But thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Oh wait, is my camera crooked?